So about a month ago, my wife and I went on a trip with some friends, and we spent most of the time, instead of eating out at restaurants, we spent most of the time, taking turns cooking for each other. And one of the dishes that my friend Alex made was a Cajun style mac and cheese, and it was freaking delicious. And that was the first time I'd ever even heard, like, never even thought of that before, like putting those two together. Obviously, love mac and cheese, love Cajun food, but man, it was interesting. It was really good. So what I did is I kind of snuck around the kitchen while he was cooking. I watched him do his thing, and got a few ideas. And so today I've been working on this recipe for about a week or two now, and kind of tweaked it, made it my own. And so I'm going to share that with you guys today, and I hope you like it.
All right, so the first thing we need is a large pot full of chicken stock, and that's going to be for boiling our noodles. All right, and so while we wait for the chicken stock to boil, we're gonna start on our roux. So we've got 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter, and just melt that down. About a medium heat. Melt that down pretty slowly, and then we're gonna add in 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and just mix that in. Make sure everything's incorporated. And then we're going to go in with 2 cups of whole milk, and you just want to add this in really slowly. Just make sure it's going to clump up a little bit, but you want to try and basically dissolve all of those clumps. If you have a whisk, I would definitely recommend that. Unfortunately, all I have is a wire whisk, and I didn't want to use it on this nonstick pot. So, but yeah, if you have if you have a whisk, that's probably the best way to go. But this came out completely fine. So, and we're just going to keep adding that milk in until everything, like I said, 2 cups, and everything is incorporated. Once your stock is boiling, dump the pasta in and let it go according to package. I would do like 1 minute less than they say on the package. All right, and now the roux has started to thicken and the pasta is almost done. So what we're gonna do is strain all of the pasta out. And once you strain it out, I would rinse it in cold water. You just wanna cool it down and stop that cooking process. All right, so let's talk cheese. We've got 8 ounces of sharp cheddar. I'm just gonna grate that, and then 8 ounces of Monterey Jack. Grate that down as well. And then we've also got 8 ounces of mozzarella here. And the mozzarella, I'm actually just going to cut that into small cubes, and those are just going to be mixed in afterwards. And what it's going to do is create like these little pockets of cheese. And mozzarella, as you know, is very stretchy, so it's actually going to create like this really cool, like stretchy cheese effect. Everybody wants that in their mac. So yeah, like you can see here, I'm just cutting it down the size of the cubes that you want. I would say like a little bit bigger than an English pea, just like a little pea size, I guess, cubes of mozzarella here. All right, so after you remove the roux from the heat and it's thickened, we're gonna add in an 8-ounce block of cream cheese, and that is really gonna add like this awesome creaminess to the sauce. So all right, once the cream cheese is fully incorporated, we're gonna go ahead and add in the cheddar and Monterey Jack and just mix those in until they're fully incorporated into the sauce, and you'll see it just kind of becomes like a really nice creamy sauce. All right, now it's time to season the sauce. We're gonna go in with 1 tablespoon of ground mustard, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning, 1 teaspoon of granulated garlic, and 1 teaspoon of salt. And then the next thing I like to do is add some spice to it. So I've just got like just your regular cayenne pepper sauce. This one's made in Georgia, right up the street from where I'm from. So I use this one. It's a really good brand. If you can get it, that's great. If not, you can use anything, Louisiana or Frank's Red Hot or whatever. I added about 10 dabs in there, and then I just mix everything together. If you want it spicier, you can keep going with it. Or if you want less spicy, obviously, just put less. Now for the vegetables. So we're going to do, I've got a half of a green bell pepper, a half of a red bell pepper, and a half of a yellow onion. And we're just going to dice all of these up into small diced pieces. And yeah. We're also going to need one celery stalk. So same thing here, just going to dice it down into small pieces. So take the stalk, slice it in half, and then quarter those, and then we'll just chop them down into pieces. All right, now we've got some andouille sausage. So we're just going to cut these down into pieces as well, cut them in half, and then quarter those, and then chop those down into little small pieces. All right, now for our shrimp, these are just peeled and deveined. These are red shrimp, and I'm just cutting them in half just to make the pieces a little bit smaller because these are pretty big. All right, so in a skillet over medium-high heat, we're gonna go in with about a tablespoon of neutral oil, and then just gonna take all of those vegetables that we cut up earlier and saute those down, just season them with a little bit of salt and pepper. And you're basically just wanting to get these pretty soft. Once the vegetables have softened, you'll go ahead and set those off to the side. And in the same pan, you're just gonna go in with all of that sausage that we cut up earlier. And you don't need to add any oil or anything here. The sausage has a lot of natural fat content, and that's gonna come out once the sausage starts cooking down. We'll add that shrimp in, make sure that the shrimp is well done. And once the shrimp is well done, then we'll go take that vegetable mixture that we set off to the side. We're gonna add that back in. So now we're gonna take that mixture that we just made and add that into the cheese sauce that we made earlier. All right, so in a casserole dish, we're gonna take all of the pasta from earlier, add that in, and then we'll pour that cheese mixture on top, and then all of that mozzarella that we cubed earlier. Now is the time that we're gonna add all of that in. And like I said, you don't want this to melt yet. You want it to melt in the oven while it's baking. So just make sure it gets mixed in, and then we're just gonna kind of spread out everything evenly on the top, and we're gonna get to work on our breadcrumb topping. So we've got panko breadcrumbs here, and I'm just adding 1 teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning and 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter that's been melted down. We're gonna pour that on top, and then we get in there with a clean hand and give it a mix until everything is well mixed. So we're gonna spread that breadcrumb topping evenly over everything, and once it's done, we're gonna pop the whole thing into a 375 degree Fahrenheit oven for 25 to 30 minutes.
All right, so there we go, Cajun style mac and cheese. If you guys made it this far in the video, thank you so much. I really appreciate all of the support. Please give the video a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm gonna be more consistent, be putting more videos up soon, so really appreciate you guys, and yeah, I hope you like this recipe. Thank you so much for watching.